In this video, we're working on fighting with your walking cane. Start the walking cane in your hand. You're gonna spin as a warm-up. Now I'm sitting in this seat because I want you to see that you can do all of the moves sitting or standing. From here, you're going side to side. This is really important for me to show you in case maybe you're stuck in a chair or you don't have the kind of mobility that you used to have and you use your cane to get around, which is why you're using a simple walking cane, which in my opinion is the best martial arts weapon for street fight self-defense. But you can do this standing, or in this case, I'm doing the warm-up sitting on a chair. From here, I'm gonna go side to side. The other hand is always up and in and protecting myself. I'm gonna squeeze my abdominal muscles tightly as I let the cane spin through my hand. Now, you can see I just have a loose grip and it's closed. It's loose and closed. This is what it looks like standing, side to side. This is gonna start to slowly elevate your heart rate so you can lean out faster, you can get fighting fit. Back out to the side. I'm gonna go back into the chair, switch hands, and do the same thing. This twirling motion is really important because later, when you get in a protected position, you're gonna want the cane to be able to slide easily through your hands. So you need the callus, and you need your proprioception, the feeling that you get when you're touching the cane. You're gonna develop all of that with this simple spinning. And again, if you're using the cane to help you get around, you need to be able to do it both standing and from the chair, or at least sitting. And then later, you'll be on your feet, you'll be able to do the same motion. So get that heart rate up, sort of go side to side, increase the rate of your spin. Back out. We're gonna go over the very first strike. Get in a better position, starting with it in your right hand, if you're right-handed, or left-handed. If you're left-handed, you're simply holding the hook as you would if you were walking with it, and then you step into this protected position. You want this to be here so it slides down just a little bit, and you can slide this into that first strike just from the shoulder, and then in and down. Now I want you to practice this for about 30 seconds, and the first few strikes can be nice and easy, and then start to increase the rate of work, go faster, hit harder, and practice it in a way that if you were using this for self-defense, you could stop the fight with every single strike. So in other words, this is too easy, right? Do this at the beginning, and then start to go harder and faster, put some pressure on your grip. As I'm doing that, I'm feeling it push harder, and I don't want to, if I have to hit something hard, maybe a person coming at me for self-defense, I hit them and then it's too much force for my hand, and either on the strike or as I'm going through the strike, it pops out. I'm in big trouble. So practice 30 seconds, starting first 2 or 3 strikes. Just get a good, nice, tight, always fight from behind your stick. Fight from behind your cane. And then slowly, gradually, harder, and faster. And the chair's here, I'm sitting here, I did my warm up, I went side to side, and then from here, practice, same thing. That hard, fast strike, going through, full commitment, as hard as you can. Then I want you to come to the other shoulder and do the same thing over here. Now this workout today is going to go back and forth. You're gonna do some strengthening exercises, mobility exercises, and then fighting exercise, striking for self-defense. You have to have some techniques when you use those principles. Number 1, situational awareness, pay attention to what's around you. Number 2, get in that better position. Put the cane between you and the threat. This will be the threat. I'm walking, I sense the threat or I feel the threat, I'm not comfortable. I just get my hands up in this position. The cane's between me and the threat from here. So if I'm here, I'm here. If I need to. The third thing is I ask myself, what are the targets? Eyes, nose, ears, throat. What can you remove or destroy? Their ability to breathe temporarily or permanently. Their ability to see you so they can't grab you, can't chase after you. Their ability to use their arm, their shoulder. Maybe they got that knife in the hand and you're here. And you have that quick, hard, fast 2 strikes. So put that foot forward, get the hand up in a better position, Come from the opposite side this time and practice. 30 seconds slower, a little faster, and then all in as hard as you can, going all out. And again, from the chair, sitting, maybe you're at the bus station or the train, you're waiting for something, you're in that better position when you sense that you need it, sticks between you and the threat, strike one, strike two. Just basic strikes. And because they come off of that shoulder, from that shoulder they come forward, not only are you extending the reach that you have, you're also increasing the power, your striking ability. This is a force multiplier. You're the force, that just multiplied it by a whole bunch. You're using this to smash the arm, any part of the body, and don't overthink it. Don't get so technical that a perfect condition has to exist for some people for it to make sense. And then they'll stop me. They'll say, no, that's not right. Sifu Sensei said, I had this student, he used to go to another martial arts school years ago, and he would interrupt me all the time, a little bit older gentleman. And he would say, well, I went to this other school, and the guy at the other school called himself Sifu Sensei. He had made up his own system. And he'd say, well, Sifu Sensei said that it had to be exactly 45 degrees, or whatever. And I would say, I understand Sifu Sensei said that, but at some point, you have to get past what other people have said and then take it all in, and then think about principles over techniques. There are a million techniques and they're all right. Nothing's good or bad. They're all correct. It's just different. If the guy's here and I can hit him hard and fast and keep it simple and basic, maybe it's that kick. I said I was going to talk about kicks. And bring my foot up and I go straight in. Not to his face, not to his throat, right straight just in front of you, right? Just bring it up, aim your knee right in the middle of their body, and then kick them. If you need to lean on your stick, lean on it. If you don't have to, get it up and fight with it. If you're sitting in your chair, better position. You try to hit them, they're starting to get on top of you, but you can lift your foot out a little bit, stick it right in their private parts, push them back, then that works, right? Whatever works, works. That's the whole point. Don't overthink it. Don't get so stuck in what Sifu Sensei said and get stuck in this idea that there's only one right way. There's not. There's a million ways, and they're all different. They're not good, they're not bad, they're different. So learn as many as you can, but then most importantly, prepare yourself physically to defend yourself when you need to. You're walking with your cane, you're here, you've got to go into that fight super fast. Your body needs to be as strong as you can make it from where you start, making progress along the way. Maybe you need to sit in a chair and you don't have a choice. And you use the cane to help you get up and to walk around. And if that's your situation, that's your reality, that's okay. Start there. Practice with your cane as a mobility device. Maybe you just like to carry it because it's stylish, or you want to have a disguised. The best martial arts street fight self-defense weapon that I know of is this stick, the walking stick, because it's really disguised as a mobility tool, a medical device that allows you to get around, and you can take it with you everywhere. So we had our warm-up spin, and then I gotta get that around my thick wrist, and I go back and forth, and then you can do that from the chair. I want you to do that on both sides, and like I said, it's gonna slowly elevate your heart rate. You might break a little sweat. You'll start to lean out, become fighting fit, and then your first strike, 30 seconds, that second strike, harder and faster so you can test your grip. And now go into this in front of your body, a little squat, an assisted squat. And the purpose, I'm going to push the chair out of the way so I can show you. The purpose of assisting yourself in the squat is so that as you age, you stay strong and healthy. And even if you have lost some of your health, some of your well-being, you can get it back. You can get it back with this, because now you just take small moves. Later you can go lower. Still later you don't need the staff, but you start where you are. People make this mistake all the time. Well, you have to do it this way, and you have to do it this way, and this way. But what if you're not there yet? Start here. Here's a starting point. Work on mobility flexibility, strength, and endurance. With this assisted squat, do this for 30 seconds. Then get into your fighting position. Put the stick between you and the thread. Get in a better position. Targets. What are my targets? His eyes. Practice that first strike, second strike. Now in combination. 1, 2, 1, 2. Harder, faster if you have a target. Hard, fast, full commitment on the target. Trying to stop the fight with every single strike. Then go into one hand, little step lunge to the front. Just a tiny bit. It's all about mobility, right? It's about improving these things. Start to build power in your legs, for your balance, for your coordination. Also, you do need to throw that simple kick to the front, straight into his knee. Maybe it's into his ankle, into his crotch, straight in, wherever you can get it, right? It doesn't have to go all the way up. Just boom, right there. From here, lift and kick. You build more power in that kick through these little step lunges. Give you a little bit more distance back here. All I'm doing, we'll say this is the front. It's just in one hand, doesn't matter which hand. Just take a little step. Now your heart rate's going up, but so is your metabolism. You're leaning out, you're getting stronger, you're getting leaner, more lean muscle mass, more lean body mass, less fat, around the middle especially, around the hips, because you're stepping in this little lunge, and for how long? All of these are 30 seconds. 30 seconds, get back into your fighting position. Your hands are up. Practice your verbal command. Back up, stop. I'll defend myself. Don't come any closer. 1, 2, turn your hand up, bring it up this way. 3, turn your hand over, bring it up this way. An X down and an X up. Yes, this all works together. There's no wrong way to do it. It's different, it's right, it's not wrong. If I say do it this way and someone else says over there and you say, well, that guy on the YouTube, Sifu Sensei Matt, I don't really call myself Sifu Sensei, I just think that's a funny joke. The guy over there with the black shirt, he said, do it like this, and then do your lunges. So you must be doing it wrong. No, that's not right. Don't get stuck in who's right and who's wrong. And that's not just martial arts, that's anything. You only get so much energy every single day. What are you spending your energy on? Is it positive? Does it get you closer to the way you want to live your life? Or is it sucking your energy? Are you getting stuck? Like I do it all the time. I get stuck on the mask thing. Dropping the kids off for school the first time this morning, I'm thinking, mask this, mask that, mask. Why do we have the mask? And then after a while, I'm like, do I want to spend any more time today thinking about the mask? I don't have a choice. No. Do I want to think about the politics of the mask? No. Do I want to think about the politics, the virus, and all this other stuff? No. That just sucks my energy out. And what I need my energy for is fighting and practicing, because I have 2 kids, and I've got a beautiful wife, and I have a beautiful home, and I live in a great community, and I love my country, and I want to be able to defend it and stand up for what's right and speak what's right. I can't get stuck in all this negativity because it sucks away your energy. You need that energy to make your body lean, strong, powerful, younger. And that doesn't mean 21 years old and you're maybe 50. That means a young 50 years old, right? Or a young 60 or young 70 or young 40. That means, put it in the other hand, start doing some lunges assisted to the front. Be the best version of yourself you can be. Get the heart rate up. 30 seconds again. All I'm doing is, again, it's just in one hand. And you'll see when you start to do these, that when you assist yourself either with the squats or the lunges in this case, you're gonna be able to lunge a little bit better. You're gonna go a little bit lower. Your legs are gonna get a lot stronger. Your heart rate's gonna start to come up. Your fat stores are gonna open, and then it's gonna wash that fat out because you're gonna burn it in this metabolism that you're cranking up. Your metabolic fire is getting ignited, right? And that's with a little bit of leg work. Not a lot. We're not doing a CrossFit, right? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that super chat, the sticker. I'm not going to, this isn't CrossFit. right? I'm not doing muscle ups and all that, which is cool. There's nothing against that. But I'm saying, where do you start now? How do you improve your fitness with what you have? Do you need a $400 cane or $300 cane? If you love canes and you really want it and you have the money to spend, do it. Get one of those fighting, awesome, amazing canes that come from all these other styles. And they're made out of, they got the little point there, and it's unbreakable. Or get a $9 cane. It's not good, it's not bad, it's different. Well, how is it different? If you're fully committed and this is your style, you've got the money to spend, and this makes you feel safer and you want to spend on a more expensive cane, that's why you do it. If you want to see if you just like it, get a $9, $10 cane from Amazon or from the corner store, the CVS pharmacy if they're still open. Or something in the middle, 34 bucks, 35 bucks on Amazon or on my website. The link's below. The martial arts school or store, it says, there's a link there that says get a good cane. Go for the $35 one. If you want the fancier one, there's one there for like 170 bucks or something, and that's indestructible. This one, I haven't broken it yet. It's made out of rattan. It's nice and light. I know it's not as hard as the hard canes. I know it's not metal. I know it's not made out of that hard plastic that's gonna just shatter their arms and shatter their bones, which then there's nothing wrong with that. It's not good, it's not bad, it's different. But for me, perfect. I carry this with me. I've got one on the seat of my car. I go to the gas station, I pull it out, I stand there while I'm pumping my gas, just taking a look at everybody. It's just a little extra layer of protection. I don't want a $400 cane that I'm looking at thinking, $400, that's 2 uniforms for my kid's school. And that's how I think, right? But that's me. That doesn't mean it's wrong. That means it's different. For me, this is the perfect one. There's a link down below if you want to look at it. Back to our mobility. We did our stepping, one side, the other side, doesn't matter which hand, and then get into 1, 2, 3, 4 again. This combination, and then add that horizontal, look at that, big strike, right across the arm, right across the neck, right across the face. For self-defense, it's about targets. What are the targets you're gonna remove or destroy? Again, their eyesight, their ability to breathe temporarily. You hit them here and here, everything's, can't catch their breath, the pain is intense. Maybe you take away their ability to think. You knock them out right in the face, right? For self-defense. Their neck, their ability to breathe permanently. But we have this horizontal strike, and when you do horizontal strikes, always remember, they can be at any height. All these strikes can be any height. I can be going this first horizontal strike, that can be the temple, his jaw, his neck, his clavicle, the shoulder, or he has something in his hand. He's coming at me with a knife. I want to hit that before he hits that knife and gets it in me and starts doing this, right? Maybe I go down and I hit him right in the thigh, or I hit him in the leg, or smash the knee. That's all that first angle strike. So understand your angles, 2 down, 2 up, and then across and back, across and back. And right here is when I want to talk about a kick. Let's drop this thing right here. Roll it back a little bit so you can see. Hold on, I'm gonna move the camera just a tiny bit. Now, let's talk about the kick. Targets, what's the target, right? If he's facing me and he's coming in really fast and it occurs to me, his target, private points there, private parts, we always say groin, but it's not really the groin, right? You're either gonna hit him in this fascia between the belly button and the privates. That area there is super light. When you get a hernia, that's because that tears and your guts pop out. So from here, I said stop, boom. It's just super simple. Just lift your knee, aim it, hit with the bottom of your foot. If you're wearing hard shoes, that hard shoe really goes in. You can hit him in the knee, and all of a sudden his knee hyperextends. You can hit him in the ankle. You break his ankle, you break his foot. You can lift your knee, go higher. It doesn't matter. Don't try to execute a perfect kick. Don't try to think about, Kung Fu. I'm doing the wushu. Wushu, that's fun. That's the You know what I'm talking about. What do we call this? The 1-inch punch or the machine gun punch? What do we call that? You know what I'm talking about, right? And we start doing like the kung fu kicks, and I'm all of a sudden hitting on the bottom of the foot. I like to walk like that sometimes. That helps you duck walk a little bit better. You can, if you want to, nothing wrong with this. Use the bottom of your foot, that little angle, go straight in, to the side, pushing, lift your knee and smash. Lift your knee and smash. Why? Because it's a target. You can't get stuck just because you have a staff or a cane in your hand that you have to fight him up here. Yes, and maybe it's, you know, he's coming in too fast and you can't think, or he's covered up. But you see, his groin's not covered up, his legs aren't covered up, and you go straight in, right there. Or you turn that hip a little bit, you bring the foot in like that. Is one better than the other? No, they're different. Some people will say yes, one is always better than the other 100% of the time, but if you get stuck, and we're talking about practical self-defense, street fight self-defense, you go home alive, it's whatever works. It's always whatever works. When I was a Marine, when I was a young man, right? Bah, 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 bah. You run out of bullets in your rifle. There are none left. All you have is a bayonet. You attach the bayonet, that's the knife that goes on the end. All of a sudden, bayonet strike, bayonet, slash, 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 all that's correct. Then your knife breaks off, and then it's rifle butt, and then you're swinging it like a baseball bat, right? And then your rifle breaks, because the handguards do break off when you hit somebody when you're swinging like that. I haven't done it, but I was there when it happened. It's a military policeman. This guy, everybody saw it coming. It was like slow motion. Bam! It's a big old bar fight out in the middle of the desert right before they went away to war. For some reason, they let him go out and train for 2 weeks, and they let them all liquor up, and then get on the plane in the morning. Anyway, that was the first Gulf War. Guy goes like this. The other kid instinctively blocks like this. His arm goes, just broke straight in half. The rifle wraps around, brains the guy, smashes his skin and his skull open, crack. One guy goes to jail, the other guy goes to the hospital. Bam! But then, you're in the battle. Your rifle's gone. You take off your helmet, right? Like in the old World War II movies. Your helmet goes fly, you can't see. And then it's hooking and jabbing, right? And it's hands, elbows, knees. So it's self-defense, so that you go home safe. And the other person goes to the hospital, or goes to the hospital and then jail, or who cares? It's your life or the other person's. It's you, your kids. You got your kids with you. You got your, somebody else with you, your significant other. And then there's a group of thugs come up, and all you have is this cane. And you're defending, you're fighting, you're hitting this guy, you're hitting this guy, and then you jab that guy, and you jab that guy, and then you slam this guy right off your face, right off your chest. This is also very effective. We're going to work on this in a minute. Just push them straight back. But then your cane breaks, or your hands are too sweaty, or you forgot to wear your fancy gloves, and you dropped it. Now what? Oh, wait. Fight's over. I don't know how to do anything else. No. You throw elbows. You throw punches, palm strikes. You try to chop them in the neck because you saw it in the movie. Maybe you even try to do a finger strike in their eyes because you saw it in the movie. Whatever you can think of. And then your knees. You start driving the knee and it's trying to take you down. You get knocked on the ground and then you're on your back and you're still fighting. Fight's not over till you win. Don't give up so soon. Almost everybody gives up too early, but you don't give up. But what's my point? My point is, learn how to do a simple kick and then practice it. Self-defense is not 90% mental. Everybody says that. It's not. It's 90% physical. You can have all the theory and philosophy in your head. Everybody knows that you have the most knowledge because you can correct them every time they all make a mistake. By the way, don't be that guy or girl where you're always finding what's wrong with everybody else. Make your own way and learn, right? And learn from others and share. And if someone's not doing it the way that you think is right, that's all right. If they ask for your help, then you can tell them. If not, keep it to yourself. Practice a kick. Lift the knee and kick. Just lift the knee and kick. Use your cane. Increases your balance. Start to walk forward with it. Walk back with it. Just a little step at a time. And then turn the foot in. You turn the foot. Remember this one here? That's not going to work for everybody. Not everybody's going to be able to do that motion. If you're a Tai Chi master or Wushu master, all day long, baby. All day long, that's going to work for you. If you're just getting started or you haven't done exercise in a while and you want to stay safe and you want to be able to move, go straight in. Straight in. And then in practice, bottom of the foot, bottom of the foot, bottom of the foot. See what happens with my knee? I come here. What happens if you forget to think about it and the guy's choking you to death and your cane fell to the side and you forget that you're supposed to do that? You take your thumb, you stick it right here. Be careful, this will kill somebody. Stick it right here and you apply pressure. Make sure you're not blocking, you're not on their bone or their muscle. Right in the throat, right in the windpipe. Just pushes them back. Should you know this technique? If you also know how to use a cane, but your cane is more powerful, right? If your cane, ask me again, I didn't see your question. If your cane is more powerful, should you use your thumb? Should you train to use your thumb? If your cane can compress flesh and break bones and shatter and all that stuff, should you learn how to do a basic front kick? A basic turn your foot in and push kick? A basic little side kick to his ankle? To the guy that comes up here and grabs you by the wrist, should you be able to just lift your knee and smash with your heel and your hard shoes that you're wearing, your hard, nice shoe. Just smash his foot, smash his ankle so he can't chase you, or hers. If that's the case, yeah. Should you learn how to throw a knee? You should. Should you learn how to throw elbows in case the cane falls out of your hand? Absolutely, you should. Brock Lesnar still, he'd eat you up, man. I wouldn't fight, but you know what? I'd love to fight anybody. I would say yes, give me some training time. I'll fight the guy, I'll learn how he fights. Brock Lesnar would probably smash me to bits, but I'd fight him. I wouldn't say no if I'm gonna learn something from it. If I'm gonna have some experience, if I'm gonna feel alive and feel like I still have some life left, yeah, I'd fight him. Would he destroy me? Probably, right? I mean, the guy's gifted, he's physically. The guy was an amazing wrestler. Yeah, for sure. Exactly. You don't find a lot of thugs who are disciplined fighters. The only time that changes is when guys get messed up with drugs and stuff. And that happens a little bit because they get the pain in the back and then they start doing a little bit too much. It's always lack of discipline. Stay focused, stay disciplined. Yeah, he's younger than me. I'd still fight him. But the guy, I mean, have you seen Brock Lesnar? He's like that. Shaquille O'Neal lives down here in Florida. I think he's like a auxiliary sheriff's deputy in Orlando. Super nice guy. Helped somebody with they had a car broken down a week ago, and the guy stopped. Shaquille O'Neal, Papa John's or something, and he does all those commercials. Smart dude. And he pulls over, gets out of his car, and helps the person with the flat tire. And they show him next to the car. And the car, it's like a regular sedan, right? It's like a Civic or something. The top of the car is at his belt. Did you fight that guy? Right? Or some of these big dudes? Yeah, I mean, I understand you're just kind of joking, I hope, but I get it. All right, back to, we've talked about kicks. I want you to practice, hold it and kick. And then if you're ready, turn your foot in at this little angle. I don't know if you can see that. Just turn and think of lift the knee at this angle, your knee's out, push down. Lift your knee, push down. Lift your knee, push down. Is one better than the other? It's a quiz, pop quiz. No. One. Why not? Who knows what it calls for? I don't know what it calls for. One. If I can do this, do this. If I can do this, do that. Straight kick. And then practice. If you can, hold your stick, your cane to the side, lift, and to the side. What's the side effect? Better mobility, better flexibility, better strength, better endurance, longevity. You live longer and you live better as you live longer. So practice to the front, practice with that little turn, lift the knee and push, lift the knee and push. Practice just a little down to the side. Not a super high side kick, just here to here, here to here. You're hitting with the outside edge and the heel on that side kick. On this front kick, you're hitting right under your big toe. That's the ball of the foot. On this cut kick, I always call it a cut kick. Lift the knee and push, lift the knee and push. You're hitting with the bottom of the foot, mostly the heel. And then learn how to lift your knee and lift your knee. Oh, and here's a good one. I forgot the knee goes into anything you can hit, by the way. Forgot to mention this. The front kick, people get stuck with this all the time. They think for self-defense, I gotta kick the guy with the bottom of the foot. But he's coming into you, he's getting too close. You can lift the knee and the shin. We'll say here's the knee. We'll say that's the knee. There's the shin, here's your foot. That shin, big hard shin bone, boom, right up the middle. Whoo! Right up the middle of their crotch, into the privates, into the groin, into that pelvic bone. Lift them off the ground with it. Speaking of Brock Lesnar, can you imagine he kicked you with that shin kick? Instead of the bottom of the foot, you're too close, lift it up, straight through. People don't think of that all the time. For self-defense, it's all about what are my targets that I want to remove. Remove his ability to chase you by lifting him off the ground through the middle of his body. He's going to fall down, probably throw up, have a hard time breathing. You're out of there. Let the cops scoop him up, take him to jail. Back to your strengthening exercises. Oh, wait a minute. One strike first. Let's review. Down, down, up, up. When I come up, my palm is facing the sky. That's so when I run into their body for self-defense, it doesn't come out of my hand. If it's this way, I run into their body, it's going to peel. So I come up this way, I come up this way. At that other angle, then I have the horizontal strike. For the same reason, my palm is facing up. Horizontal, and then on the way back, palm down, horizontal, and then finally, whoo, my favorite one of all, straight down the middle. Right down the middle. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If these look familiar, you say, hey man, that looks like FMA, Filipino martial arts. Or Arnis, Eskrima, Kali, Salat. Yes. Hey man, that looks familiar. That looks like Chinese broadsword. Yes. Hey, that looks familiar. That looks like Japanese sword. Yes. That's why they're all familiar. Did we steal it? Did we steal it and take it to, no. That's part of my point, is that people get stuck on like lineage and words and language. And we just want to learn how to defend ourselves and stay strong, flexible, be able to have good endurance and mobility, longevity for a lifetime, so we can fight Brock Lesnar when we're 72 and he's however much younger that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I want you to grab it. 2 hands now. Here's that bayonet strike, bayonet attack, and then switch, smash him with that rifle butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can you do these to the side? Absolutely. They rush in real quick. You think the threat's here? Take care of this guy's in the corner of your eye. If you can hit him here, do that. Turn and face him. Somebody's over here. Face that guy. Kind of looks like a sword fighter, right? Oh yeah, it comes from sword fighting. Smash, smash, smash down, smash down. What if they grab the middle of the stick? You mean like a high school football tackle? I always call it the high school football tackle. Or if they're like a jiu-jitsu player, you're like let's BJ Penn. You're on the Big Island. You just got your Starbucks. His school's across the street from Starbucks. You just got your Starbucks and you walk out with your cane. And for some reason, you get into it with BJ Penn. I don't know why. He's a nice guy. And you're like, come on, BJ. And he goes to take you down. You're going down. One of the Gracies gets in a beef. Even the old man's walking around with his cane. If they want to take you down, you're going down. Because a lot of people get stuck on that too. Well, what if he's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt? Well, he's probably going to take you down. And are you going to be able? It's just like me fighting Brock Lesnar. He's going to hit me one time and it's lights out, right? Does that mean that I wouldn't try to defend myself? Absolutely not. But the point is, those weird hypotheticals almost never happen. You're talking about they're coming after your legs, For the takedown, they're gonna, which is instinctive, by the way. Let me show you what really happens. You start, this is the open hand defensive posture. It's called a flinch block. You're in this flinch block, and they throw some punches, and you put this in front of their eyes so they can't see. They throw some, they gotta move around and try to hit your face. And then you palm strike them a couple times, or you drop an elbow in a couple times, or bring it up under their chin. They naturally, once they get hit a couple times, they're naturally, this is instinctive, the human brain, people go down to try to grab and pull in. And that's when you end up on the ground, if you don't push one leg back. Now from here, they're going for they get that hands down because you hit them a couple times, put your hands right on their shoulders, and you push them back, and your leg goes back at the same time. This is kind of like an old man sprawl. If you wrestled in high school like I did, you know how to sprawl. If you don't, you put your hands here, and you shoot that leg back, or you shoot the other leg back. That's how you start. Then you can drive the knee. If you still have your cane, you can strike, smash, but let's say they just naturally go for your legs. Try to get one leg back, and I'm gonna show you the secret power of this tool. Let me get this in here. And then I'm gonna show you how to get strong for it. This is the guy, he's on my way. See how much smaller he is now? He's down here trying to tackle me out, right? If I can, I wanna shoot my leg back and then drive the knee in. I wanted you to see this, so I'm gonna adjust just a little bit. So if I'm here, push that leg back, if you can. When your hand is on your cane, right? You're here, you're in a better position. You hit them, but they still come to your body. Take it with the other hand and push. Try to get it between you and them. The nice thing about this is when it starts to push against the nerves in their arm, it creates a little bit of pressure, uncomfortable pressure for them. So, but even if they don't feel all the pressure points, because we're not gonna get stuck on pressure points. Oh, this is cool. A spider just came down from the ceiling. He might come in front. Look for the spider. If you see him, that's good luck for us, right? If we don't see him, that's also good luck. From here, just shove it. From here into whatever I can, and then I push. This here is leverage. This gives you leverage. If it's just your hands, I just put it there so I don't have to pick it up all the time. If I just use my hands, it might work. You might be too strong. I might get a good grip. I might be stuck in here. But if I have this, it's a force multiplier. You're taking the force and strength of your arms naturally, no matter what it is, no matter what level you are right now, right this current moment. And you're putting it here, and you get all this leverage. It's like lean against your kitchen counter or lean against the counter somewhere and see if you can't push yourself back, which is good exercise to get strong for this. Well, let me show you the best exercise. If they're in your face, real quick before that exercise. I don't know what happened to the spider. He probably went into the little ear part of my phone. I'll be talking. Oh, there he goes. He's going that way. I thought he was going there to lay some eggs or something. From here, bring it down, and I push. From here, he's face to face. His hands are on me. I can smell his stinky, nasty breath. And then I just pull it down. Hear that? Imagine that's his nose, his eyes, his sweaty, nasty face, the teeth popping out of his mouth. Because that's what you're gonna do with this motion. And are you strong enough to do this? Yes. Why? It's the same motion as pulling yourself. Maybe you can't do a pull-up anymore. Maybe you should, but maybe you can't yet. But you can pull yourself up out of the chair. People do it all the time. Sitting there in the plane, all relaxed, got the head buds in, meditating. All of a sudden, the back of my chair, as I gotta get up and go potty, right? And I think that's gotta be a 200-year-old person back there who can't get out of the chair on their own. And it's not. It's just somebody who stopped using their body. And they're just pulling to get up and walk down the aisle so they can go potty on the plane. Can you picture it? Just getting upset thinking about it. Mostly. From here, pull it down. You're very strong in this motion. Then once you get it in, push them off. And that's a lot of force. You have that force. It's not that I'm a bigger person or that I have a lot of exercise or a lot of experience. It's that we are all strong here and strong here. And what did I do? I created a leverage tool out of my walking cane. That's why it's such a great self-defense weapon. All right. Bag's now starting to leak. That's a good sign that we're using it. Now I'm going to bring you back up one more time, and then we're going to log off. But I want to show you one of the best ways to improve your strength and your efficacy, your ability to use this for self-defense. And that's one of these. Now, I put a link below, and these come in a set. Red is the lightest, black is the next heaviest, purple is really heavy, and then green. Green is like atomic heavy. But you can work your way up to green. You will work your way up to green. But you're going to start with a red. You put that around the hook. And which cane does this work with? All of them. Whether it's $9 from Amazon or $500 special duty, whatever cane, or even more. I'm working on someone to send me a shillelagh. I want to show you how to defend yourself with the Irish fighting stick, which is really hard. Some of you guys know what a shillelagh is. Goes in front of your body, and then you just swing that back there so you catch it, right? You bring it around, kind of swing it, and catch it. Once you've caught it, bring this up, and who's bullying who? I hate bullies, by the way. Well, no, that's not true. We're all bullies. We're all bullies from time to time, which is sad to say, but that's human nature. We bully in our relationships. We bully in business sometimes. We bully when we were kids. We were stupid and we didn't. Okay, thanks. You know what I mean? So we all have that ability. I only ask that because I'm starting tomorrow. I'm teaching middle school. I'm super excited. I haven't done this in a while. And one of the courses I'm teaching is on anti-bullying. How to say, you don't have to like me, but don't talk to me like that. Because all the other stuff doesn't work. The make him feel guilty doesn't work. How do you think it makes him feel when you call him that name? Well, I think it hurts his feelings. That's why I said it, right? I mean, you know, I had 4 brothers, so you know this stuff. Thank you. You're my favorite comment. But that's the truth, right? We all get bullied. We all bully. We can all be a bully. So there's no such thing as a bully. You know, this ugly-looking kid. He's got a big head. He goes around pushing people and calling them names. No, people bully for all kinds of reasons. The number one reason is that when they get no resistance from the other person, something subconsciously clicks, and then there's nothing for them to lose. They can pick on that kid all day long, and they do sometimes, right? They get caught up in that routine. And some people are just jerks. Some people weren't raised right. That's all true. When it happens to you or to somebody that you care about and you want to help them with it, you teach them to look right and put their hands up. And this is where training. This is what I said. Self-defense is 90%. It's not mental. It's 90% physical. Get yourself feeling strong, confident in yourself. You've done some work. Then 10% is extremely important, the mental part. But that's, what do? You use your words. What are the words? It hurts my feelings when you call me a name. No, they know that. That's why they're doing it. I think that's the stupidest thing they've ever done, but that's what all schools are doing now. They're trying to guilt the bully into stop being a bully. The bully doesn't care. He just doesn't want to get caught. So what you do is you put your hands up and you say, stop, back up, don't talk to me like that. You use their name, especially if it's in school. Jim, don't call me, you don't have to like me, Jim, but you can't call me that name anymore. You can't post that about me on the internet anymore. You can't tell everybody else that they're not allowed to be my friend. That the girls do that for some reason. They've always done it. Or, you know what I'm talking about, right? And you say it in clear language and you mean it. And the first few times when it comes out, it's not going to come out strong. But when they practice it, because your brain gets stronger, your voice gets stronger, they get better at it. And after a while, it's just direct communication. You know, and then you ask them a question. Are you mad at me? And then they say, yes. You say, well, why are you mad at me? And they say, well, because you told so-and-so this and that. And then you can talk about it, but you're not being bullied anymore. The power of a question is very important. Or you say, are you mad at me? And they say, no. If you're not mad at me, don't talk to me like that. Don't touch me. You don't have to like me, but you can't poke me in the face, right? I mean, it's super, super duper simple. And kids pick it up like this. I've done it many, many times, and it works all the time. Yeah, so this is the light one, right? But I want to show you, and start with the light one. Build your strength from the light one. If you want to move up to the black one, go for it. But start with the light one. Always start light. It's a good warm-up, get blood in the muscle anyway. And you're just going to push. Push. Well, you know, I fought for my human understanding. I really appreciate that. But I've really fought hard for it. I've done a lot of study, talked to a lot of smart people, smarter than me, way smarter than me, had a lot of great mentors, and I've done the hard work. I've made all the mistakes, and I'm not done making them, I'm sure. So you're gonna do sets of 12 straight, and then rest for 30 seconds. These don't break, these are great. I've had this one for 2 years now. Picked this up at Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Bath and whatever the other one's called, Home Goods. It's all the same company, but they sell these all the time. You can find them. I went there this week, they didn't have any, but they did have the light ones. Let me show you. This is another version. That's the one the ladies put around their legs and they do the squats and stuff. That also works, but use them a little bit different. So after you do 12 straight out, then do 12 down. Remember that guy trying to tackle you, take you to the ground and pound, smash your head in with a piece of concrete? You just go straight down. I don't know, but I was hoping, this was the year I was going to India because I wanted to learn Salambam, and I wanted to train with some Indian martial arts because that's the birthplace of martial arts. It's not China like people think. It's really India. They went from India to China. And I've been to China, I've been to Korea, Japan, a bunch. Love those places, but I really wanted to go to India. And then the COVID hit. So we're going down. And when you do this, this is gonna fire the lower part of your chest and build strength there. And you're also gonna feel this a lot in your triceps and your shoulders. After you do this 12 times, wait 30 seconds, and then go up. 2, 3, 4. And when I go up, I squeeze. What I'm doing is I'm squeezing the inside of the chest together. And when you do it up here, you're working on the upper part of your chest, or the pectoral muscle. And the practical reason, because this is combat fitness, this isn't just for pretty looks and pretty muscles, is, you're welcome, thank you, is when they attack you up here, you want to have strong arms in this position, whether it's a stick in your hand or your hands by yourself, or maybe you're pushing them off of you and you're in the chair. You want to be really strong in this position. That's why I want you to do all 3. Now, if you get the red one and that was really easy, that was your warm-up set, go to the black. And I'm not going to go to the black. I'm not going to show you because it takes so much time. But then you go to the black, and if that's too easy, or if you know that you have more in you, go a little bit, go to that purple, go a little bit stronger, and do it again. After you do a few sets of those, I want to get it more practical, because when someone grabs the middle of your stick, yes, absolutely. No, you can explain it, Bob. Hessa Heart Bob is saying, push up off the wall. I do every morning. I make breakfast and lunch for my kids, and I wake up, and I'll tell you why I do this. I started doing this a while ago. My kids get up and they do some of it with me. So I'm trying to show the example of being active so that they're active. But I'm in there, I'm working on the kitchen counter, and I'm doing squats. Just air squats, not super low, not because I'm waking up, I'm getting the blood flowing. And then I rest, and then I do a set of push-ups. Always keep your elbows close to your body, don't let them go out. On the counter. It's the same thing as doing them on the wall, do them on the counter, do them on the back of a couch if it's not gonna move. A million ways you can do it. You'll find a way. All right, from here, turn, bring it in. Here, turn. So what I'm doing when I push and turn, I'm firing the core muscles in my belly, getting leaner here, but I'm also building those stabilizing muscles in my shoulders. Hello. And when someone grabs the middle of your cane or your bow staff or any stick like this, when you twist, you have control. You twist and you slam it down. Twist and slam it down on them. So you can practice, you can get stronger that way. Push, twist, down. Push, twist, down. Push, twist, down. Make sure your back's not going forward. Your hand just goes down. Your hand goes down. And then slide that down under your bum. And under your bum, you're gonna sit back. I'm gonna lower it so you can see. Hold on. I know I hate doing that because sometimes I know when I watch somebody else, it can make you a little dizzy when you see it. But it's just like you squat, right? Or you can do this in a chair. And then you bring your hands, make sure your elbows are always close to your body, and you're gonna curl. 2, 3, and same as before, either 30 seconds or sets of 12. Then change your hand grip. When your hand grip changes over like this, now you're working this part of the lower arm. You're gonna get super powerful, strong grip. Thank you, I appreciate that. You're gonna pull. Same thing, 30 seconds, And then bring your hands inside the band. So your hands are close together. Elbows in after you've rested. There's another set. And that's gonna work on a different part of that bicep. And again, not for pretty muscles. There's gonna be pretty. You're gonna be long, lean, powerful arms. But for hard, fighting, defend yourself, self-defense muscles. That's, yes, strength, mobility, flexibility, and endurance. Those 4 things give you longevity, let you live longer, better, defend yourself faster. So try those things, check the link below. Thank you for the super chats, for the stickers today. Really, really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys in a little bit.